What's up everybody and welcome back to another episode of upcoming mods for Fallout 4. This is a series where I show you guys some work in progress or otherwise unreleased mods that mod authors were very gracious to kind of share some of these images, or sometimes we have some videos basically detailing what is to come in the modding world. In today's episode we actually have a number of really high quality mods. I know I say that a lot, but this one in particular, I feel like a lot of you guys are going to get excited by some of the progress made on some of these mods. If you guys do enjoy the series, one way you could really support it is by leaving a like or a comment, and of course you could subscribe if you would like to see more. But with that, let's just jump right into it. So up first, we do have another update to the 10mm SMG. This is a mod I did show you guys last time. It is currently being developed by Cannibal Arvdark, who actually has posted some other work in progress pictures for some different mods, but I don't believe he actually has any released. As you can see, we do have some updates on what some of the weapon attachments will look like and what they will of course be. The most obvious of these being the silencer, which does look quite cool and definitely giving a bit of a throwback to Fallout New Vegas. On top of that, we do have a more fuller picture of what looks like another barrel mod. I'm not entirely sure what that's going to be. It almost looks like a little cage around the barrel, and of course a different stock right there. I think the next major update that I'm going to be excited for this one is going to be the textures. I think once we get some nice textures on this thing, it'll really stand out as a great weapon mod, even though it already looks so good. So next up, we have an update to an existing mod, that being Fallout Commander. I made a video on this mod, actually did really well. It's one of my most viewed videos at the time. More or less what this adds in is the ability for you to call in different troops from some of the different factions in the game and kind of have them serve under you as almost a bunch of different companions. It's really a great mod, especially if you use one of those other mods that spawns in more enemies into the game. You could really get some pretty interesting battles between your squad of faction-related NPCs against some different enemies you will find in the wild. In the new update coming to the mod, one of the features we're going to have is, so as you can see in this image, your troops will actually line up and march like they're kind of an actual army. In addition to that, he does say he wants to add just a bunch of bug fixes and all quality of life improvements, so it feels like this is actually part of the vanilla game and not a mod that's kind of changing the way the game works. I think that's a great direction to take the mod in. One of my main issues with it originally was it kind of felt too much like overpowered and it was too easy to get some different troops, so kind of having it implemented into the vanilla game a little bit better will hopefully resolve a number of the issues I did have originally, and I'll definitely make sure to make an update video on this one. Plus, after you take over the castle and become the Minutemen General, who wouldn't want just kind of an army of Minutemen marching behind you into some conflict between you and some super mutants? That would just be awesome. So next up, we have an update to the PIP-Pad. This is a mod that was really blowing up after its release, and even still, we have yet to get any kind of Pip-Boy replacers for Fallout 4, so upon release, again, this one really did blow up, and a lot of people downloaded it and are probably going to keep it on their save game for the long term. I'm included in that list. Regardless, as you can see, we do have a Pip-Pad 3 billion here, so it looks like it's basically going to be kind of a jeweled up reskin or retexture of the Pip-Pad. Obviously, I imagine this is meant to be more of a joke and kind of just something gimmicky that you could add on to the existing Pip-Pad. I really like the idea of Alex Scorpion himself adding in a bunch of different textures for this device. A number of other mod authors have started to release their own textures for the device that you can kind of install and overhaul the existing ones, and those have been getting quite a bit of downloads. So having some new ones ship with the mod, I definitely think is a great idea. Plus, it's really just going to diversify who would use it and under what skins. So next up, we have the service rifle. I believe this one's actually separate from the service rifle I have showed you previously. This is going to be part of the Wasteland Overhaul project. It's basically aiming to overhaul the Commonwealth, adding in a ton of content that was available in previous Fallout games into Fallout 4. They've been doing a ton of really great work and they're always recruiting, so I'm going to have a link in the description around this mod to their mod page where you could join or really just submit your own work to kind of help them out. Regardless, taking a closer look at this service rifle, I'll kind of crop some of these images so you can see a little bit closer some of the different attachments we do have. It does seem like we're going to have a pretty wide range of different options for this weapon, which I've said time and time again, I really love that kind of customizability. Fallout 4 implemented this great weapon attachment system where you could really transform guns from kind of one version of a gun to a totally different version of a gun. Something as iconic and central to the Fallout universe as the service rifle, taking full advantage of that, I think is awesome, and I definitely love that the mod author here has chosen to go that route. From these images, we could definitely see a wide range of different options available, from a stubby version, a kind of regular medium range rifle version, to a DMR version, and then even an almost LMG version at the bottom there. Then we also have another image of some updated textures for the kind of base model version. This is going to be done by Deadpool 2099, who is the mod author behind the Grease Gun and some other weapon mods in the past as well. These of course looking very sharp, and I definitely think this is going to be a promising weapon. For all those weapon attachments and the textures looking so good, I'm definitely really excited for this one. So last but certainly not least, we have an update to the Ruger SR556, including an actual announcement of what weapon it is going to be. I did show you an image of this in the past, but we didn't actually know what the weapon was. We only had a kind of crude screenshot of it, but now again, we do have a side view screenshot as well as some of the different weapon attachments, and of course, the most important part, the name. This weapon's going to be by the same mod authors that did bring us the OTS per knock as well as the AK-74M and the 9x39 project. Each of those mods is extremely high quality, so I'm definitely going to be very excited for this one in particular. As you can see by the screenshot, it seems like we do have a number of different options as far as weapon modification goes on this one. Of course, there's a laser sight, a silencer, an ACOG, and I imagine you're going to be able to change the color of some of these different furnitures because it is using some Magpul stocks as well as a Magpul on the magazine itself. In real life, this gun's actually semi-automatic only, so I wonder if they're going to go that route with the weapon in Fallout 4. I'm really excited for this one because I feel like we don't have too many great AR-15 platform mods for Fallout 4, but we do have a lot of AKs. These guys have again made some really high quality work, so I can't imagine this will be any exception to that rule. That's pretty much going to wrap it up for this episode of Fallout 4 upcoming mods. I do hope you guys enjoyed. As always, if you watched to this point in the video, comment V-Day down below, and I hope to see you guys all next time. Later.